Tokenization. Published by Britannica. Tokenization of real-world assets. Is a digital transformation underway? Tokenization of real-world assets. It's quite a mouthful, but what does it mean? The short answer is that it's digital proof of ownership of an asset, represented by a token, or tokens, on a blockchain. Asset tokenization has the potential to not only replace or enhance current ownership validation methods, such as deeds, titles, or copyrights, but could also allow for easier division of ownership interest. For example, tokenizing an asset like an apartment building can enable fractional ownership of that building. Real-world asset tokenization isn't the non-fungible token (NFT) craze of 2021, even though there's plenty of excitement among investors. It's still in its infancy, but crypto and blockchain enthusiasts say tokenization has the potential to totally change how physical and digital assets are bought, sold, and traded. Key points. Tokenization puts the ownership of physical and digital assets on blockchains. Almost any traditional asset could theoretically be tokenized, but there are risks. The pros of tokenization, increased accessibility, liquidity, and efficiency, should be weighed against the cons, regulatory uncertainty, technological complexity, and security risks. Asset tokenization is the process of converting rights to a physical or digital asset into a digital token on a blockchain. The tokenization process can produce either fungible tokens that are readily exchanged, or non-fungible tokens, NFTs, that each represent unique assets. The nature of the asset and the desired use case typically determine the type of token that is minted. Theoretically, many types of real-world assets could be tokenized. A few possibilities include real estate, residential and commercial properties, undeveloped land, commodities, oil, agricultural products, and precious metals like gold, art and collectibles, digital art, paintings, sculptures, and rare items, financial instruments, bonds, stocks, and other traditional securities, insurance policies and loans, any type of insurance or traditional loan, intellectual property, royalties from music, patents, and trademarks, luxury goods, high-end watches, jewelry, and vintage cars, wines and spirits, rare wines, tequila, and whiskey casks, natural resources, water rights, timber, mines, extracted minerals, and mineral rights, industrial infrastructure, bridges, roads, and industrial-scale energy projects, transportation assets, ships, airplanes, and freight containers, agricultural assets, crops, livestock, and farmland, renewable energy infrastructure, solar panels, wind turbines, and hydropower facilities, healthcare assets, medical equipment and medical facilities, telecommunications infrastructure, cell towers and fiber optic networks. An asset can be tokenized in a way that confers ownership, or a token may be created to mirror the price or performance of a real-world asset, in a way similar to an exchange-traded fund, ETF, that tracks, say, a stock or commodity index. Asset tokenization enables direct ownership or rights to the asset, while the mirror structure uses blockchain tokens that track the asset without conferring ownership. Mirror structures are commonly used when direct tokenization is impractical or legally restricted. Real-world assets are increasingly getting tokenized on-chain, but that doesn't mean that tokenization is without risks or drawbacks. You need to know the pros and the cons, especially if you don't want to get caught up in the hype. Pros of tokenizing assets. Fractional ownership. An asset that's tokenized can be easily divided into fractions, tokens, with many owners. Enhanced accessibility. Fractional ownership through tokenization can make owning different types of assets accessible to many more people in varying financial circumstances. Tokenization may also expand global availability. Potentially increased liquidity. Tokenizing an asset with fractional ownership might make it easier to buy, sell, and trade that asset. Greater transparency. Blockchain technology makes the same information available to everyone, increasing the transparency associated with tokenized assets. Reduced transaction costs. Buying tokenized assets could someday lessen the need for intermediaries such as real estate brokers and insurance agents, bringing down the associated transaction expenses. Faster transaction speeds. Purchasing an asset that's tokenized may be much faster than purchasing the same asset via traditional methods, perhaps in near real time, much as the stock market operates today. Portfolio diversification opportunity. Like other types of alternative investments, tokenized assets could add a layer of so-called non-correlated diversification, which can enhance the risk-adjusted return profile of your portfolio. Asset programmability. Blockchain-based smart contracts enable programmable features, such as automated compliance checks, dividend distributions, and governance, that may enhance the programmability of traditional